Niner 0 at 10 knots. Visibility more than 10. Sky condition scattered at 6,500. Temperature 14 Celsius. Dew point -3 Celsius. Altimeter 3020. Inches of mercury. Remarks?
Runway.
So you can see you switch. This is COM 1. This is COM 2. Active standby. Switch them like that. Change them like this.
Yeah, I'm going to need to have this.
Right. This is going to be repetition. I'm going to have to tell you a bunch.
If I don't actually do it, I won't run it.
Yeah, no worries. But so COM 1 up here, we have our CTAF frequency 122.7. That's there. AWAS is here. So now we're on with CTAF. We're good there. And you have 3020 in there. That looks good.
Traffic helicopter 7 Victor Bravo, left downwind and beam the numbers for the runway. Runway 20, Johnson.
Okay, so we got all that complete for now. Let's go ahead and switch that over to both. And that all looks fine. We're going to pull up our taxi map. You can see her right over here.
See you later.
There you get that nice and shut.
Really? Oh, wrong way. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, twist that in there. We're just going to taxi out here on the Alpha and taxi down to 20.
So we are here where the blue dot is.
Yep.
And that's going this way?
Yes, sir.
We're going to take a right?
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
Alright.
Johnson, traffic helicopter 7 Victor Bravo, short final, runway 20, Johnson.
Tune traffic, Skyhawk 733 Charlie Sierra is taxiing 20 via Alpha. Alright, so let's go ahead and give it a little power here.
All the tie downs are good.
Yeah, don't want to be the guy that leaves the tie down on. So, as you're taxiing, you're going to want to try and just stay off the brakes as much as you can. So you can kind of feel this with me. We're just keeping it on the bottom of the pedals here. You don't want to ride the brakes, you wear them down pretty good, pretty fast. Yeah, sometimes you're going to need them because that bottom part of the pedal is just moving that nose wheel. The brake's going to give you a little bit of frictional braking and directional, steering that way. Taxiing's a little funny at first. I mean, you're directionally steering with your feet. Unfortunately, this thing looks just like a steering wheel. But you can see it's not going to do anything. You're inevitably going to come to an intersection and go like this.
Yeah.
Everyone does it. So, no worries on that. Once we get on...
I'd say it's a crosswind.
Once we get on Alpha here, I'll have you kind of play with the taxiing a little bit.
Johnson, traffic helicopter 7 Victor Bravo, on the go, runway 20, we're left close traffic, Johnson.
Alright, so go ahead and I'll let you take it from there. Just kind of feel the controls here.
Yep, you have power.
And you can go ahead and reach your hand up there on the power. So whenever you are taxiing, you want to keep that one hand a little bit of right. There you go. Just little correction, just a little bit back and forth. And you can kind of just let the power stay set for now. This is fine. But you do want to practice always keeping your hand up on that power.
I get a feel for how sensitive it is.
It's pretty sensitive. It's tricky because you don't want to over control it, but it does kind of take a lot of correcting.
Runway 20, Johnson.
That's looking real good though. Best way to get better at it is just start real slow. There's no reason to taxi fast.
I should only be pushing on the bottom here, not the top.
Yes.
Not the brakes.
Exactly. We don't really need any brakes right now.
Okay.
Yeah. We're just going to keep it coming down. You actually probably give it a little, there you go, that's pretty good. Usually it seems like you're going to operate that RPM anywhere from about 900 to 1100, somewhere in there. We're on a little bit of an upslope, so we had to bump it up a little bit. We can see there's kind of a downslope.
Airport area traffic, Sirius 942 Charlie Delta is 7 to the west, inbound to land. We'll be setting up for a left downwind runway 2, John 22.
Well, they're going to 2, so everyone's doing different stuff today, I guess.
So funny to be just bad at something. I mean,
yeah,
like
you'll get there.
I know what to do. It's just about the feel. And
right. Yeah, okay.
Johnson traffic,
It's all
helicopter 7 Victor
repetition.
Bravo. Low approach only, runway 20, Johnson.
They're just doing pattern work on this helicopter. That looks fun. Oh, out to the right. There you go.
Like some directional stuff that my brain's not quite processing yet.
Okay.
Taxi 10 airport area traffic, Cessna 42 Charlie Delta now 5 to the west, be setting up for a right downwind for runway 20, John C10.
Oh, there you go. He corrected. So, see, usually that's kind of how it goes, it seems like. This is good, though. Doing good, man. Not bad at all. I usually try to keep, if you look here, there's ground speed.
Yeah.
Try to keep that under 15 knots. And let me go ahead.
Fastest you'd ever want to go.
Yeah, pretty much. Let me go ahead and take controls real quick. That's another thing we kind of, you know, want to establish. My controls, your controls, positive exchange of controls. I'll say my controls, you say your controls, I say my controls. 3 responses.
To left downwind, parallel taxiway 20, Johnson.
Sure, there's no Falcons or 7 big jets behind us or anything. We'll just do a quick run up over here and be on our way.
A small area, is it something where you...
Yeah, there's not much of a run up over here.
Really, you can't make room for anybody else?
No, not really. This is nice though, because we can see if anyone's coming. We got a clear view of base to fun.
Taxi 10 traffic, there's 2 Charlie Delta, right downwind, runway 20.
Okay, so, you don't have to worry about that, we got the brakes. Run up, brakes set, fuels on both,
7 Victor Bravo,
trim set for takeoff.
Taxiway.
Kind of want it right on that little reference line, you can barely see it, but it's right there. That looks fine. Flight controls, you want to go left, right, back, forward, free and correct. No issues there on the controls, that all feels good. Alright, from there we're going to go instruments, airspeed's on 0, attitude indicators level, and you can set that right there. The altimeter is plus or minus 75 feet of the field. We have 501 field elevation here, so we're good there. Turn coordinator is level with the ball centered. Let's set our DG.
Traffic, there's 2 Charlie Delta,
290, looks like you got that there. I like to bug the runway heading 200. Vertical speed's on 0. Don't worry about these right now. These are additional nav aids. I want you to focus on this 6-pack right here. Alright, from there we go mixture rich. Power goes 1700. We're going to check the magnetos. So what I usually do here is 2 clicks left first, and we're going to watch the drop and see how.
We do it?
Yeah, 1 second. Alright, go ahead. 2 clicks left. There you go.
Traffic, helicopter 7 Victor Bravo on
no
the go.
roughness. Back over to the right.
We're left close traffic.
And then 1 click left.
We're looking for you on.
Okay, there's a drop of about 90 for each. Back up. Okay, perfect. No issue there. We were looking for roughness. We're making sure it doesn't not drop at all. That would be a hot mag. And we're just making sure it doesn't drop too much or have too much of a disparity between the 2 magnetos. Now, carb heat check. There's a drop. Hot air moving through the carburetor, less dense, less powered, richens the mixture and drops the RPM. Okay, let's see what we got here. Next we're coming down, we got vacuum suction top left in the green, that looks good. We got amps and volts, there's an ammeter right down there. If you click just the left side of the alternator off, or the battery master, so see how there's a dual switch, just that left side? That turns off the alternator. You see there's a voltage light and a drop on the ammeter. We want that ammeter on 0. It means it's not discharging or overcharging. Okay, oil pressure's good. Oil temperature came up. That looks fine. We're going to bring the throttle back. We're going to give it a quick idle check. Make sure it's not idling at too high of an RPM. Engine's still running. That's just fine.
Is there a delay that's on my...
On your mic? Just make sure it's right on your mouth.
It's right. It's
there
right
you
on it.
You gotta kind of eat it a little bit, but
all right,
sometimes it'll kind of... You can play with the squelch here. Give me a check.
Check.
And John 2 in traffic, 2 Charlie Delta
should be good.
is going back up into the pattern for 20.
Going around. Okay, and full throttle, low pressure, that's all.
Helicopter 7 Victor Bravo, left base to final,
We're
parallel
ready for
taxiway, 20 at Alpha 4, John 2.
Traffic, Skyhawk 733 Charlie Sierra is departing runway 20, right crosswind departure. Tune traffic. Alright, so I'm going to have you kind of do the takeoff with me.
Do you want me to just shadow controls?
Yeah, kind of feel it with me a little bit here.
Including the feet?
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll kind of feel that left turning tendency.
Yeah.
Base and finals clear.
John 2 traffic, helicopter 7 Victor Bravo, on the go, runway 20 parallel taxiway, will be left closed traffic, John 2.
Alright, one last check on centerline I like to do is DG looks good, mixture's rich, fuel's on both, flaps up, and let's go balls to the wall.
Let's do it.
Loud and clear.
Start a little back pressure.
John 10 traffic, helicopter 7
And
Victor
we're
Bravo,
up.
left crosswind, parallel taxiway 20, John 10.
And John 2 in traffic, Cirrus 2 Charlie Delta, right downwind, runway 20, John 2.
And we're going to climb up about 500 feet before we turn right crosswind over to the practice area. We get a little higher, it'll smooth out a little bit. So tons of right rudder. See that ball on the inclinometer?
Yeah.
There we go, keeping that centered. Kind of crabbing along here sideways.
Yeah.
Tower you want to watch out for?
Yeah.
Keep that in mind. There's a couple of those around here. Tune traffic, 733 Charlie Sierra is right crosswind departing to the practice area. Tune traffic. You always want to say John C. tune traffic first and at the end of your call.
Yep.
A lot of frequencies.
John 2 traffic, fuel truck entering taxiway at Romeo 4, headed to the state hangar, Alpha 5, John 2.
John 2 traffic,
So you can know you're on a good right crosswind.
the runway
The bug's
2,
90 degrees off your heading.
Shifted. So
you're
we'll be
on a
entering
good-
a left downwind, runway 2, John 2.
Kind of a crosswind. You can't really go wrong today.
All right, we'll continue for 20 to Charlie Delta.
Missed that one. Okay. We'll go up to about 3,000. We'll level off and I'll let you kind of take controls and play with trying to hold straight and level here.
Yeah. Well, how am I supposed to do it if you can't do it?
Exactly. It's not easy. These little single engine airplanes like to get bumped around.
Yeah.
John 2 in traffic, Cirrus 2 Charlie Delta, right base, runway 20, John 2.
So we like to climb around 70 to 80 knots. We can go with our climb checklist. And we we have power set, full power, mixture still rich,
helicopter 7 Victor
instruments are
Bravo,
good, taxi
turning left
landing light off,
runway 20.
and we're all
John
set
2.
there. And that's good.
Was the friction lock really tight on that?
It did seem a little tight, and you can adjust that here, just spinning that a little bit. I kind of like mine a little more loose.
John 2 traffic, refuel vehicle, clear taxiway at Alpha 5, John 2.
Leveling off, we're going to go pitch, power, trim. So as soon as we get up to about 10% of your climb rate, so if we're going 500 feet per minute, about 50 feet before you reach your target altitude, you kind of start that leveling off process. I go pitch level first, let the airspeed build up a little bit, ease some power out, and then readjust trim. So you can kind of do that one with me here. So let's go push forward. There's our level off. Start picking up on your sight pictures. It's about 3 fingers for level flight to the horizon. We will pull some power back. Flying's really about getting all the different sight pictures down. Traffic. Alright, and how about you take controls?
My controls.
Your controls.
Untitled Chapter, helicopter 7 Victor
fly around a
Bravo,
little
left
bit.
base to final, parallel taxiway 20 at Alpha 4, Junction.
And Siskind traffic, there's 2 Charlie Delta
So when you're making
Alpha 2.
Okay. What were you gonna say?
When you're making really small corrections, just to try to maintain normal level, do you use a lot of rudder?
So
Junction traffic, helicopter 7 Victor
directional
Bravo,
heading
side
changes.
stepping to the runway, we'll be departing runway 20, and then departing the pattern to the southwest, Junction.
You're talking about heading changes with rudder?
2 Charlie Delta, clear the act.
Northwest inbound for a 5-mile final on the RNAV runway 23.
So my question was, when you're just trying to do straight and level,
Yep.
how much of this is rudder?
A little bit. I'm on the pedals for sure.
Okay.
I'm mostly just trying to keep that coordinated flight, keep the ball centered. You want to step on that ball. So if it swings to the right, you want to add right rudder. I'm mostly controlling my directional heading with some yoke. If it's less than 5-degree change, I will nudge it over with the rudder sometimes. But I don't want to like turn with just rudder. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So holding a heading, then I'm manipulating those pedals a little bit.
Yeah.
But let's slow down just a tad. But for the most part, you're using the yoke to control that.
Okay.
But you're doing good. You're holding your altitude. We'll try and let's make a rough goal today, trying to keep plus or minus 200 feet or so. So you can just drop the nose down a little bit, push a little forward pressure.
Where are we trying to go now?
Let's just go back down to 3,000, so just reduce a little power. There you go. And then let's go ahead and do a left bank over to south. So just kind of nice and easy, turn the yoke a little bit. There you go, perfect. Slowing down a little bit will always help with turbulence.
Yeah.
So if you ever start getting into some real rough stuff, you want to get down below maneuvering speed, which is
Junction traffic, helicopter 7 Victor Bravo,
We want to do a
pattern to the
consistent turn?
southwest, 1,500.
yeah, just keep the bank coming. We got 5, 10, 10, 20, 30 degrees here. So just about 10 to 20 degrees is fine.
Got a lot of back pressure going on here, so I need to trim, right?
Yep, that's right. So just kind of set the pitch where you want it and then trim to relieve pressure. So if you want to push down a little bit, roll down trim now. Kind of like roll it forward on the wheel.
But I want to get up.
Well, we're trying to maintain 3,000, so we can keep the descent coming.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you keep that turn coming to south. As you level off, just kind of add in a touch of power. There you go.
I'm not doing any rudder work here at all.
Oh, that's alright. You can kind of just feeling it out.
Yeah.
No worries.
I can't feel that you're stepping on them.
You can't?
No,
No, I'm not really. I'm just when you're up at altitude, it's not imperative that you, for the most part, you're going to stay coordinated. You're going to need to manipulate that rudder a little bit, but it's mostly going to be in a climb when it swings out hard on you because you're going to have more left turning tendency there.
So how bumpy is this on a 1 to 10 normal scale?
It's pretty bumpy out here today. I would say 6 or 7. 1 to 10, moderate, definitely.
Okay. So if I'm,
Let's hold to the right to south a little bit more here.
you want to go south?
Yeah, just kind of bring me right to about a 210 here.
should I? I'm not doing the rudders because I feel like you're doing it, but I'd like to get into
Oh, look
it.
at my feet. I'm not even close.
Okay.
I'm not touching anything.
All right.
So yeah, you can get up there on the pedals a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and add a little power because we're losing a little altitude.
Can I push this to, like, I feel like I'm pulling back a lot.
Yeah, adjust, play with the trim for sure. See what it does for you. There you go, so that's gonna be up trim.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's a little, oh, that seems pretty good.
And
I'm not going to be able to maintain an altitude very well right now.
Hey, don't worry about it, man. Like I said, we're just flying around.
Yeah.
We're just getting a feel for it all. Ooh,
Wow.
there's a little thermal.
Yeah.
You'll get these pockets of rising air.
Yeah. So, 210?
Yeah, let's try to just hold that altitude and let's keep a little climb going back up to 3,000.
Well, if we're going to do a climb, we would need more power, right?
Yeah, go ahead and add some power in there.
John C. Tune traffic. Citation
Another one.
363
Yeah.
Alpha
That's
Papa,
another one
50
you'll do a
miles.
couple times.
To the north.
Everyone does it.
Inbound. Any traffic, please advise. John C. Tune.
Northwest inbound, huh? Let's see, we are... yeah, tune traffic, Skyhawk 733 Charlie Sierra. We're about 5 miles to the west, maneuvering 3,000 in the practice area, tune traffic. There it is. Typically the mornings gonna be more calm. Mornings and evenings for sure. Alright, there's your 3,000, so you can go ahead and ease some power on back. Nice. And then just kind of readjust that trim. Remember your sight picture. There it is. Nice and light on the controls. That instructor once told me you want to hold the controls like it's a fresh napkin of dog shit. You don't want to go squeezing it too hard. Nice and easy.
I just want to get some rudder feel here for a second. For the nuances on the heading, because I don't need to be doing ailerons to get...
No, especially when it's a little heading change. I will nudge it over with a little rudder. I might kind of give it one of these a little bit. Kind of nudge it over. Like I said, you don't want to do big banks with rudder, which it will bank if you give it like a full rudder input, but for a little less than 5 degrees or so, I would use that rudder to stabilize a little bit for sure.
Yeah, I just need to get a feel for how minute the touch is.
Right.
Okay, it's very, very sensitive.
It is, oh yeah.
So we are straight and level. We are right at the altitude. We're holding altitude, it looks like.
Looks real good.
So this is all good.
This looks great. You're doing good, man.
Flying a plane, all right.
Yeah, you sure are.
So what about the mixture? Is that something we would...
Maneuvering at this low of an altitude, I usually keep it rich.
Okay.
When we cruise en route, you'll lean out the mixture for sure, especially as you get higher, because we know as we get higher, right, we're going to lose air density.
Yeah.
But we're keeping a full rich mixture, so what happens is you run with too rich of a mixture, you can foul up the spark plugs pretty good, rough running engine, there's a couple of different things that can happen. So basically you want to keep that ratio, the stoichiometric ratio, about 15 to 1 on grams of air to grams of fuel. As you climb, you want to start leaning that mixture out. Okay. But we'll get into that in the future.
This is really helpful to just not be trying to do a bunch of jazz and just hold a heading.
Yep.
And just try to get used to that.
Yeah, and it's just tough right now, man. This is bumpy. This is not easy. So it gets easier and easier as you experience it, get more proficient. But
just trying to get a sense of outside and not inside.
Yeah, don't get too stuck on the instruments. Like I said, this is pretty much straight and level. You can think of like this is a little bit of a descent. Yeah, it's a pitch down. You can tell, right? Without even looking at the instruments.
Yeah.
I can tell that's a pitch down. Without looking at the instruments, I can tell that's a pitch up.
Yep.
So really starting to get a good idea of that pitch attitude, because you're gonna want to lock in on these.
John
Everyone
C.
does
Tune
it.
traffic.
Your controls, by the way. But
November 363 Alpha Papa. Citation Sovereign, approximately 25 miles to the northwest. We'll be coming inbound for the visual runway 20, full stop, John C. Tune.
You want to kind of make it a combination of eyes outside, reference the instruments, you know, instead of just completely locking in and fixating on them.
Yeah.
Because we're VFR, we're visual, right?
Yep.
So we want to be looking for traffic. We want to have our eyes up. We got to be ready, you know.
Yep.
There's no one controlling us right now. There could be a guy flying right here with no radios right now, you know, with no ADSB, and get us into a little bit of trouble. So.
Can I just do a couple of little, not S-turns, but just like,
Yep.
I'm trying to get a sense of how aileron relates to rudder.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Give me some bank. You know, you can work it in there. You'll notice that when you bank, you're creating a horizontal component of lift, and you'll lose vertical lift. So the plane has an inherent tendency to descend when you bank. The further you bank, the more that nose is going to try to come down.
I didn't do any clearing turns here.
Well, we'll call this a clearing turn.
Okay.
We do have the traffic display up right now, so anyone with ADSB should, you know, pop up on there. Okay, you can see we got Nashville over there, a little situational awareness here.
Yeah.
Nice, there's a little bit of an increase in pitch, just lower the nose a tad.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm trying to just figure out what it is to turn evenly at just a, whatever you call it, standard rate. I'm just trying to get it.
Yeah, and we're getting a lot of bumps and stuff, so it's knocking your bank over further and all that, but it's just gonna take, you know, it's funny because when you have this kind of moderate turbulence like this, there's this fine line of light on the controls, but you gotta kind of make it do what you want it, you know, what it needs to do.
Yeah.
You know, if you get a bad bump, you kind of gotta get it back to where it was.
Alright.
But yeah, this is good. You know,
it's really helping me. Thank you for letting me do this.
Yeah. Oh, this is how the first flight goes, man. Just fundamentals, like I said, just turns, getting you comfortable, climbs, descents, all that good stuff. We got no real agenda right now. We're just feeling it out.
This is super helpful.
John C. Tune traffic.
Taking in the new view.
Citation 363 Alpha Pop. 12 miles to the north, inbound for runway 20, full stop. John C. Tune.
Now obviously we can see that's a pitch up. Yep. There you go, very good. Let's maybe roll back out on this heading 210. Nice.
A little early on the rollout.
You'll get a little bit of the vertical lift back when you roll level. Yep, play with that trim. I'd say two of the most common errors early on I've seen are neglecting trim, fighting that control pressure. Yeah. And over controlling the two-handed death grip. You know, and I can already tell you don't have that going on, so that's good.
At the same time, I don't want to use trim to fly.
No, you don't want to make pitch changes with trim. You know, you want to set, like I said, you want to set the yoke and the control pressure where you want it, and then you trim to relieve control pressure. That's really all that trim is supposed to do, is to relieve control pressure.
All right, can I attempt a turn to go to, say, 150?
That sounds good to me. Let's do it.
If you have other things you need me to do.
Nope, let's just keep practicing some turns and straight and level and all this good stuff.
All right, so let me get stable first.
All right. Yep, take your time. Worst thing you can do is rush maneuver sometimes.
Yeah, I just want to know where I am and what's happening.
Right.
All right, it looks like I'm going. Let's see here. All right. Still climbing.
There you go, yep, get aggressive with it if you have to. Maybe reduce a little power, that'll help you with the descent.
Okay, now.
John C. Tune traffic, citation 363 Alpha Papa, 10 miles north, inbound for runway 20, full stop, John C. Tune.
Okay. Alright, so now I'm pretty steady on 2-1-ish, looks like. I'm going pretty fast.
Yeah, let's just reduce a little power, about 2,100 RPM should be okay.
We are 5 miles west, inbound for landing runway 20.
So basically, you know, you're trading a little thrust for angle of attack. If you reduce power, you might need to increase the pitch a little bit to maintain level flight. So there's two ways for you as a pilot to control lift in this airplane. It's with power and speed, and pitch, angle of attack. There you go.
Now I'm climbing again. I can't figure out how much of this is just crazy kind of windy day or something.
There's some turbulence going, and I would definitely try not to focus in too much right now on holding like a exact altitude. Give yourself a range, you know, give yourself a plus or minus 100 feet.
Okay.
That vertical speed will give you a trend of kind of where you're going.
Yeah. If I'm fixating on anything, it's actually that, which is probably not good, but I just want to get a sense of like, okay, I'm flying a plane, I'm looking around.
Yep.
Now I want to do a turn. Let me try to do a turn.
All right, let's do it.
See if I can.
And you can use the tendencies to help you out. You're a little high, you're turning, you know the plane wants to descend in a turn, let the nose fall a little bit, you know, let it drop in the turn, get back to your altitude.
Just trying to get to where it feels consistent and not going to just start throwing me around. Not doing it.
There you go. Not too much left rudder there.
Okay.
There you go. And then remember, as you roll level, when you do, forward pressure on the yoke, because it's going to try to balloon up on you.
Runway
there you go.
Feels pitchy down.
Maybe a little too much pitch down, but I was just saying, you know, as you roll level, you're going to get that vertical lift back.
Got it.
Very typical for students to go bank, 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 roll level, and then whoop, you know, blow right up through their altitude.
Okay. Should I do another left turn?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Power's good. That's too much rudder, right?
A little bit, yeah, you just want to, to the left, you won't really need a whole lot of rudder in a turn.
Johnson traffic, helicopter 7
into that a little bit more.
Right downwind, runway 20, Johnson.
Something they called adverse
Takeoff
yaw.
County traffic serves 16 Hotel Bravo, 20 miles to the south, inbound for Taylor County.
There you go. Looking real good.
Trying to get used to the sensation of being kind of on this axis.
Yep.
It's I can't feel, it feels more spin-like.
Okay.
For me. It feels almost gyroscopic or something.
Sure.
So I'm just trying
John
to
C2 traffic, citation 363 Alpha Papa, exiting Alpha 2, taxiing to the ramp. John C2.
I'm just playing around here.
Yeah, I gotcha.
I just ended up not where I wanted to be going. Are we exceeding the practice area yet?
Let's go ahead and turn. Give me a left turn to north. Let's track north for a little bit here.
3 Alpha Papa, can you still make that left there on Alpha?
Yeah, we can do that.
Thank you, sir. And then right Romeo 4 will take you right to the ramp.
Gotcha, thank you.
Oh.
And let's go ahead and roll out there. Let's do 300. Nice.
300?
Yeah, go ahead and roll out there. That's perfect.
330.
Okay,
just 300.
John 10 traffic, helicopter 7 Victor Bravo. We're right base for runway 20 at Alpha 2, John 10.
Oh.
Not a bad view, huh?
Oh, no, just I'm getting information here.
Yeah.
Realizing what I'm doing based on some of this wing position stuff.
Yeah.
Our
Our GoPro's still hanging there, so we're good there. Haven't lost her yet.
Yeah, there's a lot going on that it's gonna take a minute to get used to for sure.
Yeah. That's, you know, the first 5, 6, 7 flights are very much acclimation.
Yeah.
You know, getting used to it.
Well,
But you'll be surprised at how quickly you start to pick it up.
King Air, runway King Air.
I can already tell you got a pretty good control. You shouldn't have much of a problem with it.
it seems like it's wanting right rudder a lot. Is that because of how we're related to the wind?
Yeah, so let's see what our wind aloft is right now.
Taxiway between Alpha 1 and Alpha 2.
We got a strong wind out of kind of the west.
Uh-huh.
So what's going to happen is the plane's gonna kind of weather vane into the wind.
Yeah.
So it's gonna hit that vertical stabilizer and it's gonna nose you over.
Traffic hold the shorter, Murray. Take a quick look at my gear. If you don't mind, I'm getting a gear on safe light.
So this would be like, if I was trying to keep this going, I'm not doing enough rudder.
Yeah, I may end up going around. Traffic, there's 1 mile, 10 miles to the south.
There you go. Yeah, let's track on this heading here for a little bit.
Descending.
Untitled Traffic, helicopter 7 Victor Bravo, taxiing uphill on Hotel 1 to the T hangar. Untitled.
This mapped in my brain and feel like
Think about like
everything's light.
Right. And think about like all 4 limbs should be going, doing something at all times.
Yeah.
You know, you got both feet on the pedals ready to go, one on the yoke, one on the power. And the power is almost also, you know, moving back and forth from the trim, you know, so you're just constantly kind of readjusting, you know.
So in this case, if I pull a little power, I was, okay, altitude.
There you go. You can go ahead and plug your heading. We'll track that way for a little bit. Hold 3,500. This looks good.
Still trying to get a sense of how much rudder is to be happening.
Yeah, just, you know, mainly what all you need to be concerned about is that that ball stays right in the middle of that turn coordinator.
And Murray,
that's good, you're coordinated, that's good on rudder.
2.5 miles to the south. It's on
Let me
landing.
show you something real quick.
Yeah,
So,
your controls.
My controls.
Murray, please advise.
So when you turn, you're going to notice, if I go to the right and I just turn and I don't touch any rudder, look at that ball. See the ball in there?
Yeah.
See how it's kind of fully deflected out?
Oh, yeah.
The more I turn, the more it wants to deflect?
Yeah.
Now watch what happens when I go to the left. When I turn left, I'm not touching any rudder.
Way less because of the turning tendency.
Pretty much coordinated, right?
Yeah, okay.
So what happens here is this wing, it gets hit with adverse yaw. This wing creates lift and it slows down, which pulls the nose outside.
Yeah.
To the left, we have left turning tendencies. Adverse yaw and left turning tendencies are going to cancel out. Now when I go to the right, I have adverse yaw here pulling me left and left turning tendencies pulling me left. We're basically scooting sideways through the air right now.
Yeah.
So I pull the nose over with rudder like that. See how I lined up that ball there? And I pulled the nose through. If I let it off, we're going to swing out to the left a little bit. We're just uncoordinated. And, you know, the main reason why you're concerned with being uncoordinated is because if you get into an uncoordinated stall, I'm sure you read about this, that's how you spin.
Yeah.
So spins are bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a little thing about rudder in a turn.
Yeah.
In straight and level flight, yeah, you know, I'm going to be, I pretty much just always have my toe on that right rudder ready to go.
Traffic, 5 feet, departing to the south. Watch the helicopter track, sir.
Alright,
Good luck with your landing gear. Thank you much, Aero 20 November, left base, runway 23.
My controls.
Okay. Can I try a right-hand turn because I've been doing a lot of left turns for
Let's
whatever reason?
do it. Yeah, let's go right to, let's turn to about a 150. Right to 150.
Alright.
Sorry, traffic, I'm climbing to 2,000 feet south on a heading of 190. Sorry, traffic.
Gamma Jet, King Air 890, uniform
lot.
is taxiing into position, runway 20, departure, Johnson.
So theoretically,
Keep the turn coming if you want.
if I'm pulling a lot of back pressure, is that something I would trim out even in a turn?
If you're having to,
Like I'm really pulling.
Yeah, but you're climbing too, so it depends on where you want to go. Yeah.
All right.
So you're
It
good there.
depends. Yeah.
But if you're losing a lot of altitude, if you're fighting pressure, yeah, I'd adjust some trim in a turn. There's no issue with that. Nothing that I can think of.
I'd like to do that again, but all right. So is there anything that you would like to walk me through specific besides me just kind of...
I think there's a couple. Let me take controls again. My controls. Let's get it trimmed out for level flight. Let's talk a little bit about a couple of those tendencies. So, if I am sitting here straight and level, I got this pretty trimmed out.
Traffic,
Straight and level. It feels pretty good. If I just reach over here and I just pull power, watch what happens to the nose. Straight down, right? I didn't touch the yoke at all.
Yeah.
Prop wash is going around your aircraft and it's hitting that horizontal stabilizer. When I reduce that wash, nose comes down. If I just reach over here and I just pull power, watch what happens to the nose. Straight down, right? I didn't touch the yoke at all.
Yeah.
Prop wash is going around your aircraft and it's hitting that horizontal stabilizer. When I reduce that wash, Vice versa, when I add power, it's going to take a little bit more time, but eventually it's going to come up. And then what else is it going to do when we get a little bite? It's going to turn left.
We're going to do a cross 23. And
so we know right there,
or entry to
those are your power tendencies.
Right downwind, or right approach for 23.
We talked about the adverse yaw. One more that's going to happen. Well, there's a couple more, but here's another big one. We're in the white arc here. See that white arc side, so we can operate flaps? If I put flaps down.
I couldn't see you.
Oop, there goes the nose. Pitch up tendency on the flaps too. So there's a couple of things that you're going to have to be aware of pretty early on. And let's get it sped back up here. When you slow up like that, controls get really mushy. They call it mushy because there's less control or airflow over the control surfaces, so they're less responsive.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're coming up on about an hour here. You want to go ahead and head back in?
Yeah.
We'll debrief and all that good stuff. Let's grab some weather again.
There is bird activity in the vicinity of the airport. Air traffic control tower construction is underway east of midfield. The tower is not yet operational.
Frontal traffic, Skyhawk 108, 9 uniform, 8 miles to the east, northeast, and down in the Iowa, 20 Zulu, full stop.
Blue. Wind 280 at 8 knots. Peak gusts 17 knots. Visibility more than 10. Sky condition few at 6,000.
Pretty nice GPS. I just hit the direct enter back to John C. Tune. It gives us a magenta line right to our airport. We got 16 miles to go. We got our ground speed, our current track, and our desired track.
Remarks?
Runway 20 is the calm wind.
And we can obviously,
calm winds are
cities over there is a great visual reference. We know we're heading back that way.
Frequency bleed over may occur 1.75 nautical miles north
sure we'll
of the
be setting
airport.
up for the right downwind 20.
There is bird activity in the vicinity of the airport. Air traffic control tower construction is underway east of midfield.
Okay.
The tower is not yet operational.
I missed the wind. Did you hear the wind?
John C. Tune Airport. Automated weather observation 1804 Zulu.
Mary TVM 903 Mike Alpha, entering final for 23.
Gusts 17 knots. Visibility more than 10. Sky condition few at 6,500. Temperature 14 Celsius. Dew point -4 Celsius. Altimeter 3020. Inches of mercury.
3020, still good
Remarks.
there.
Runway 20 is the calm wind runway. Calm winds are 3 knots or less. Frequency bleed over may occur 1.75 nautical miles north of the airport. There is bird activity in the vicinity of the airport. Air traffic control tower construction is underway east of midfield. The tower is not yet operational.
John C. Tune Airport.
Right, we can finally
automated
get the wind.
weather observation 18
John Tune area traffic.
Zulu.
Flight 13 southwest 1700. Going to be inbound landing downtown at Vanderbilt. Will be south of the final of
Sky condition few.
John Tune traffic.
Sounds like 320 at 5. Alright, so we're tracking back inbound. We're descending back down to our pattern altitude of about 1500.
Not descending yet, huh?
Kind of slow descent going here. We got a ways to go.
Yeah.
Kind of a cruise descent.
How many miles? Oh, 12.
Yeah.
12 miles?
And keep it a little slower because we got some kind of bad turbulence.
John C. Tune Airport. Automated weather observation 1806 Zulu. Wind variable at 6 knots. Peak gusts.
Okay, variable. So we'll go inbound for runway 20. We're about 10 miles to the southwest. Tune traffic. Skyhawk 3 Charlie Sierra is about 10 miles southwest. Setting up for a right downwind 20. Tune traffic. So yeah, I don't know, you know, if you want to, I don't know if you're an early riser, but you know, getting out around 8 or 9 a.m. will probably be a little bit more calm conditions. It's something to consider.
Yeah.
This is good, you know, good to train in, be proficient in this kind of stuff, but it is going to get bumpier in the afternoon, 100%.
Especially as it gets hotter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Look, I mean, I'm a weirdo. I get up 5:30.
Early bird,
yeah.
huh? Okay.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like getting stuff done before the day. The days have a way of like taking over.
Oh yeah, if I sleep till like 8 or 9, I start to panic.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, oh no, I ruined my day.
Yeah.
Let's get a little before landing check going.
Yeah.
So, right over here, let's see, pre-landing. Landing light goes on. We'll hit that taxi light on as well. Autopilot's off. We don't have that going. Seatbelts are on. Fastened. Looks good. Carb heat's on. Mixture's full rich. Fuel's on both. We're all set there.
All right.
Not hearing any more activity yet there at Drawn Tune. I think we're looking pretty good here. Got our tower over here to the right. Fine on that. 2,000, we might hold that here for a minute. You can see what we're doing here. I'll kind of show you on the flight plan. Let's go direct John Tune. See how the runways are right there?
Yeah.
We're right there. We're kind of just tracking right on a 45. We're going to veer off to the left, go downwind, right base, into final for 2-0. Another reason why I love Preflight is it puts you right there on the sectional map. You know, it's really hard to screw that up.
Yeah. I'm sure you can just find a way.
Yeah, you pilots, you know, we always can.
Yeah.
Terrain gets pretty cool down here when you get to lower altitudes. Up high it just kind of looks flat, but it's not bad when you're flying low.
So if the turn coordinator is kind of saying we're slightly out this way kind of constantly, is that because of what you were talking about, or is that?
It's probably just because I'm neglecting my right rudder here. You just kind of add a little bit there.
Okay.
And you should line it up right there. It's a little bit tricky too on my side. There's a little parallax that goes there.
Absolutely.
So yeah, you can call me out. We're getting too uncoordinated here.
I can see this thing perfectly, so.
It is right over there in front of you for a reason, huh?
Yeah.
Alright, let's get back to this.
Tower over there, huh?
Yeah.
Right there.
They're kind of splitting them right here. Should get a view of the airport here pretty soon.
Yeah, there's the quarry.
Tune traffic, 3 Charlie Sierra, 5 mile 45, runway 20, tune traffic. Alright, I got a little bit of the runway in sight over on the north end over there. Ooh.
So, but it's actually landing you quite well to hit midfield for the 45, right?
Yep, that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
You kind of want to go right towards that midfield, that's right.
Air traffic control tower construction is underway east of midfield. The tower is not yet operational.
Watch out for these birds. You always kind of want to pull up to avoid birds because they
John
tend to dive.
Tune Airport. Automated weather observation 1811 Zulu. Wind variable at 6 knots. Peak gusts 13 knots. Visibility more than 10. Sky condition, few at 6,500. Temperature, 15 Celsius. Dew point, -4 Celsius. Altimeter, 3019er.
3019er, you could adjust that slightly there for me. Okay, so yeah, this is pattern entry, pretty typical. Downwind 45, this is usually how you kind of want to enter a pattern because you get a good view of the runway. You want to enter at traffic pattern altitude. You don't want to be diving down into your pattern altitude. You don't want to be coming in on it too low. So, you know, you want to do your best to try and be right at that when you enter. And like I said, we obviously have the right pattern for runway 20. I'm going to go ahead and bug my runway heading. There we go. That'll give you a little extra situational awareness. Oh, got lost a little altitude here, so we'll go ahead and work our way back up.